Hello and welcome to another update video about Bitcoin. Bit short on time today, therefore we only want to focus on the shorter time frame. Maybe later today we can take another look at the daily, but to be fair, nothing happened on the daily chart since yesterday. No important support level is broken, so all the relevant levels are, they remain intact. Rather here on the 1 hour chart, the market is following the forecast and we are trending towards that important 100% extension level that I mentioned in yesterday's video at 66,350. Let's zoom out a little bit before we dive really into the micro patterns. Take a look here at the range, in which we've been moving since the 13th, 14th of March. We have two wave counts. Let's start with the short-term bearish one, which is currently the alternative. It would become the preferred count if this current correction that we see doesn't find support anywhere. And if it doesn't find support before breaking below 62,540, that is really the important level here in the upper micro support range. So at the moment, obviously, we are in a correction. We are in the expected correction. And therefore, the mindset has to be the correction continues until we see a first 5-wave move above an initial resistance level, which would be our first indication that this correction has finished. But if there is no reaction to one of the Fibonacci levels specified, then this yellow C wave down should send us into, or to the downside, should send us here in wave C, circle C of 4, of alternative 4, into the lower main support region, which is this main support area that has been relevant for more than a couple of months actually. And it has been very, very stable. It hasn't moved since March. And it's been really the reliable set of parameters here on the chart. As I always say, I always encourage people to look for what is actually reliable on a chart. Certainly those micro support levels are not. You have to be on your toes all the time. But that's normal because we're dealing with a highly volatile asset, and smallest patterns and levels are more fragile. However, the really important parameter set is here the lower support region between 61.8 and 50.7K. That means that as long as we're holding 50.7K, we can continue with a bullish overall perspective on the market. And the main question is just how deep is this pullback going to be, but I just told you about the short-term bearish count. So if this correction doesn't finish before we break below 62,540, the yellow count should send us down here, probably into the region around 55 to 58K. Why is that? Because if I take the Fibonacci extensions, I measure the length of the A wave, I compare that with the with the length of the potential C wave, and you have here a key range, which is the 100% extension to the 1.236 extension, where there's Fibonacci confluence between 58 to 55K. Okay, so that is the yellow count, short-term bearish. Short-term bullish count is indicating that this fourth wave, which started in March, could already have completed here in May. And we are dealing with a diagonal pattern to the upside. We are currently working on a B wave within wave 5. That's the perspective at the moment. That has been the perspective, and it's actually respected, or has been respecting, the resistance area mentioned yesterday, which is great because it gives us a clearer pattern. Had the market turned to the upside from here, and had the market broken the resistance here, some people might have used it for a short trade, but it's a resistance range to which the market ideally was supposed to react. Even in the short-term bullish count, you can see I said, okay, it might turn to the upside, but it's only the alternative. I can take that out now because this is now fulfilling ideal patterns so far, at least, because even in the short-term bullish count, I wanted to see ideally another leg down, which is happening right now. And I mentioned that also yesterday on X. So if you don't follow me on X yet, make sure you do so. You'll find the link in the description. I did post an update about Bitcoin here yesterday as well. There's lots of other stuff here as well. It was here, mentioned all the key levels. You see the market was in the resistance area here, just testing the 38.2 retracement. And the idea was the 100% extension for the yellow, no, not the yellow C wave. Yeah, the 100% extension points towards 66,350. That was the idea here, where the white C wave is actually placed. The 100% extension, that's where the wave 5 of C ideally should get to. Consequently, the price should ideally reach this level before reversing upward. And if I go back, by the way, you find the link to Twitter, to X in the description. We are on our good way to that, okay? 66,350. I mentioned that in yesterday's video as well. The market did not break above resistance, respected the 50% fib level, and is now coming down quite impulsively. Now, we have now reached the next fib level, which is a support level, not the Fibonacci extension level, but also here we could get a bounce at 67,205. I have now added a resistance area to the chart. I will take this one out. And this is one here that now needs to be broken as an initial indication that a low has formed. It's between 68,700 and 69,540. However, this is only an initial indication. Only really an initial indication. We need a break above the wave 4 high, consequently as well, which is 70,180 to more clearly confirm that a low is formed, and the break needs to be in 5 waves. But that's sort of what we're tracking right now. The market moved from resistance into support. That's what we want to see. Seems to be an extended 5th wave, which I wanted to see as well, because I was a bit concerned that for a 5th wave down, the 100% extension level is a bit far away, but it seems to be doing it, okay? So it still seems to be getting there, and extended 5th waves are not completely uncommon, but they are also, just something that we need to be mindful of. Doesn't always occur. So I was already a bit concerned something might be off with the wave count, and we might turn to the upside a bit early. But as I said, until we break above resistance, we have no objective signal that something different is going on. So we always want to listen to what the market is telling us. So that's my update about Bitcoin. Hope you liked the update. If you did, please hit the like button, leave a comment, and subscribe. And if you really like the content, then please check out the channel membership. Also make sure that you follow us on Instagram and Twitter for additional content. Thanks a lot for watching. Bye-bye.